Hello, welcome to Impact Math. Welcome back. We're going to be covering the TEAS test. So if you know anybody that's trying to pass the TEAS test, we're going to be focusing on the math tonight, okay? So please share this live with them. Double tap that screen for me. And let's start with number 1. So Early Bird Calf sold 24 calf frappes between 6 to 7, 30 between 7 and 8, 45 between 8 and 9, and 17 between 9 and 10. What was the calf's average sale of calf frappes over the 4-hour period? All right, so can you do sixth grade advanced math / pre-algebra? So what in sixth grade do you want me to cover? Because yes, I can. But put it in there because I'm going to do a middle school. I want to jump back on later and do a middle school. So please tell me what, because that's what I was like a little bit, because I don't teach middle school. So what are you guys actually doing right now in middle school? So this word right here is average. This is so important. Average, does anybody remember how to find the average or the mean? They go back and forth with that word. Average and mean. Back to the sixth grade, I had them bad grades. Honey. Okay, so you said back in sixth grade, you had them bad grades. I had them, I could relate. Add, then divide. Love. Good. Add, then divide. Welcome back, love. Hey, Andre. Perfect. Median is the middle. Oh, median. Yes, median is the middle. But we want to do the mean. So the things that we're going to add is we're going to do, we had 24 between 6 and 7, 30, 45, and 17. Okay. They're trying to throw you off with these other extra numbers. So we're going to do 24 plus 45 plus, skip 30, 30 plus 17. And you divide by how many numbers you added. So we 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we're going to divide by 4. So we get, and with this test, you do get to use a calculator. So we're going to take out this calculator and we're going to do 24 plus 45 plus 30 plus 17. That gives us 116 divided by 4. What do you guys get as your answer? 15.5. Good. Some apples. Somebody said this used to be my jam. Beautiful said 29.5. Good. Okay. So we get 116 divided by 4. And it is 29. Perfect. We would say B and we would move on. Okay. So if you, the TEAS test is similar to the HESI. I feel like the TEAS is a little bit harder. But that's just me. But yes, perfect. So Mason bought 20 29-cent stamps and 40 42 stamps. If she gave the postal worker $25, how much change did she receive? All right, y'all. This is the word problems that be tricking a lot of people. So, does anybody know how we would set up number 2? Thank you for the double taps. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the follows. Thank you. Thank you, the door, for the share. Thank you. I see those hearts coming in. So does anybody know how to set up this one? So let's break this down. Ooh, okay. Yours said 20 times 0.29. I love it. Yes, because she bought 20 stamps at 29 cents. So I'm buying 20, okay, and they each cost 29 cents. Okay. Good. Okay. 42 times 40 plus 20. Perfect. And then we would add, well, she bought 40 here. Ooh, I love it. Somebody got it. 40, because she bought 40 of them at 42 cents. So 0.42. Okay. So now we would need to get this total here. Okay. So we're going to do 20 times, I'm going to do this step by step, 0.29, and she would have spent $5.08 on 20 of the stamps at 29 cents. And then we're going to do 40 times 0.42, and she would have spent $16 at on 40 stamps for 42 cents. So we're going to add those together, plus 5.8, and she would have spent $22.6. Okay, let's see if they throw that in there. No. Okay, good, because sometimes they be putting this in there and people be circling it. So good. If she gave the postal worker 25, so now what do we have to do with 25 and this number? No, Sandy, a lot of people have troubles with word problems. Trust me, you are not in the minority. You are in the majority, okay? Let me tell you that. I even struggle, okay? And I got a whole bachelor's in math. So 25 minus 22.5. 22.6. Perfect. Subtract them. Yes. If I have $25 and I went to the store and I spent this, if I want to know how much I have left, I would subtract them. So then we do 25 minus 22.6, and we get 2.4. Okay, because this is a 0. You have to borrow. But use your calculator, and you would get 2.4, which is A. Good. Yes. Okay, perfect. So let's look at number 3. It says, what is the product of the numbers 0.15 times 0.52? What do you guys say? A, B, C, or D? Thank you for the follows. So somebody asked, what math is this, user? B, we're getting B's and A's. What math is this? This is for the TEAS test. So if you're going into the medical field, like for nurses, dental hygienists, respiratory therapists, they need some programs require this test. BBB. Okay, so we would do 0.15 times 0.52. Ooh, almost messed up. 0.52. We press enter. And if you got 0.078, which is B, you will be 100% correct, okay? We're not going to take the time to write this out because you want to save your time for word problems like this, to reread it, understand what they're asking. But this, you just going to plug in to the calculator and get your answer, okay? So, and thank goodness they allow you to use a calculator, okay? Because they would have to give you some more time to do these type of problems. Are you allowed to use a calculator on the TEAS? Yes, you are. They give you a basic calculator. Yes. Okay. So some algebra may be in this. Oh, thank you, Soul, for the rose. So just stay tuned. It's the TEAS test is really everywhere. It's like conversions, algebra, middle school math. So yes, I do. I do the officer Air Force test. Yes, I do. Email me. Okay. Email me. So if a helicopter flies at about 80 miles per hour, how long will it take to travel for 140 miles? Okay, so this formula is distance equals rate times time. So we would do our distance at 140 equals our rate, which is 80, and then times the time, which is, we don't know. How long? We don't know, so we keep T. So now how do we solve for T by itself? I'm not sure if they allow the people, I don't know, I'm not sure if they allow people to take it online. Divide. Oh, you guys, I think I hear my kids at the door. I will have to go open up the door and then I'll be right back. Okay, so hold on just a second. I think I hear my babies at the door. Alrighty, I am back. Sorry. Thank you for waiting. For those who waited. Thank you. Okay, so 14. So we could cancel out the zeros. And then 14 divided by 8 is going to be 1.75. Okay, now this is what trips up a lot of people, right? Because it's like 0.75. What does that mean? Well, when you think about 0.75, this is in minutes, okay? So does anybody know, good, somebody said 1 hour and 45 minutes. I love it. Does anybody know how many minutes are in an hour? That's the question. How many minutes are in an hour? How many minutes are in an hour? 60. Good. Okay, so there's 60 minutes in an hour. So we could we can minus this by 60, okay? And then we would get, what do we get? Oh, we need to change this into, what am I doing? This is what happens, you guys. Why am I tripping like this? 1.75. Somebody said an hour and 45 minutes. It would take 140 divided by distance equals rate times time. Yep. So why am I not seeing it? Is anybody, that's wrong? Sick. Okay, so how would you guys get it? How are you getting it? Because I'm like changing it to hour. So this will be 70. I'm thinking this will be 75 hours. And then there's 60 minutes and there's 60. No, I'm doing that wrong. 1.75 times 60. Okay, that's what 1.75 times 60. Because this is what we found in hours. So now we need to do a conversion. So let me scratch this out. So 1.75 hours, and we need to change it to minutes. So there's 1 hour that equals 60 minutes. But do I want it all in minutes? No. So let me see. 1.75 times 60. and we would get 105. Okay, so we would get 105 minutes. So we know that there's 60 minutes is 1 hour. So we can do 105 minus 60. Yes, it's coming back to me. 105 minus 60 will give us that 45. And that's how you find out how many minutes you have left. So 1 hour, because we knew the 1 hour was right here, but we needed to find out how many minutes we had left. So you do 1.75 times 60. You're going to change it all to minutes. And then you're going to minus that 60 because that's the hour, and you're left with 45. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay. All right, let's keep it pushing. So let's jump into some lost me. I know. Okay, so let's go back. Let me go back through it, okay? So the first thing you have to know is distance equals rate times time, okay? Our distance is the 140 miles. So that's why we put 140 here. Then our rate is 80 because it's miles per hour. So we put 80 here. And we're timesing it by t because we want to know how long will it take. We don't know. So we put a variable, okay? Now, to get t by itself, we divide both sides by 80. Why we are dividing is because whenever you have a number attached to a variable, they're multiplied. And to undo multiplication, you have to divide, okay? So then we got this, 1.75 hours. Now, why we got 1.75 hours is because our 80 was miles per hour. So this is 1.75 hours. Well, if we want to just leave it, what the problem is they're giving us hours and minutes. Okay, they're giving us hours and minutes. So we can't just say 1.75 hours. We need to find out how many minutes are left over from this 1.75. And the way you do this is you need to change this whole hour into minutes. And you do that by doing 1.75 hours times 1 over 60. 60 over 1. Okay, 60 over 1. So that the hours could cancel and you're left with minutes. So we would do 1.75 times 60. Now, this is the total minutes that this trip has taken, okay? But see how they gave us hour and minutes? So we would take this 105, so let me write it over here. And I asked you, how many minutes are in an hour? Well, you told me there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. So if I minus an hour in here, which is 60 minutes, if I do 105 minus 60, then I would get 10 minus 6 will give me 45. And that's how you see which one is the correct minutes. So I hope, I just tried to re-explain it. If you're still lost, don't worry about it. There's tons and tons of questions that we could do later on this, okay? So let's go to number 2. Let's look at number 2. Okay. Can you do it again this weekend? Yeah, I'm going live on, I plan on going live Saturday and Sunday, not tomorrow though. Simplify the expression above. Which of the following is correct? Alrighty. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? So we're gonna type this out. X plus 3 times X plus 3. And maybe you guys have learned FOIL or the box method, distribute. Perfect. Yes. Okay. So I love the distributive method. Distribute method reminds me of FOIL. So you would take this first term. So I'm going to do it by color code. You would take this first X and you would multiply it by this entire parenthesis. So you would do X times, and then we do X plus 3. And then you would take this second term here, plus 3, and then you would multiply it by the green. So you do plus 3 times x plus 3, okay? Now we can do the distributive method. So x times x is x squared. X times 3 gives us 3x. When anybody asks you a number, a letter times a number, you just put them together. Always just put them together. 3x. Can you guys distribute this one for me? What do we get when we distribute this? When we go here and here, what do you guys get? So 3x plus 9. 3x plus 9. Good. Yes. We get 3x plus 9. Perfect. Now, I'm looking at this, and I know which two I'm eliminating. I only have an x squared here, so I'm going to eliminate D and C. I just gave myself a 50-50 chance, but I'm going to look here, and I have a 9. I know it must be B, because this is the only one that ends with 9. And so if you said B was your answer, you are 100% correct. Now, let me show you how you would get this 6. But remember, look at the first, look at the last. These are the only things that are different. Really, we could have just went 3 times 3, and you could have saw that was 9. But I'll just explain it, okay? Because I don't know who's here for just the T's, or, you could be here for other math or just having fun with me tonight. So x squared, and then we're going to do these like terms. So 3x plus 3x is 6x plus 9. And that's how this is like that. Okay, so good. All right. This is for no grade. This is for the TEAS test for nurses or anybody that's trying to get into the medical field. Good. All right, so let's do number 3. Again, remember, when you see this word product, that means multiply, okay? And so you're going to just type this into your calculator, and you're going to do 2.4 times 4.2. And you get 10.08. And I saw somebody put B in the chat. Wonderful. BBB. Remember, we're not taking time doing this by hand. No. If they're going to give us this on the test, we are grateful. Put in the calculator and move on, okay? So wonderful. All right, let's go to the next. Okay, so it says 2/15 plus 1/12. Simplify the expression above and write and which of the following is correct. All right. Whew. Okay, whenever you add fractions, what must you have the same? Yes, you can use a calculator for the T's. BB? Good, I love it. 60. Same denominator. Need the same denominator. Perfect. So, we need the same denominator. So, we need to figure out what 15 and 16 can both go into. Well, somebody said the answer is B. So, if we take their answer and we look at 60, then we're going to look at what 15 times what gives us 60. So 2 times 15. So 15 times what? We need it to be 60 on the bottom. Plus 1 over 12. And then 12 times what? That gives us 60. So good. People are saying 4. Perfect. 4 and 4 here. And then how many 12s do you need to get to 60? How many 12s? Does anybody know? 12 times 5. Perfect. 5 and 5. Great, you guys. So 2 times 4 gives us 8. And 15 times 4, we just did that, 60. Plus 60 over 1 times 5 is 5. Okay. So now that we have the same denominator, We keep that the same. And then 8 plus 5 is 13. And that is your answer. See, you don't have to guess what gives you the common denominator. Look here and see, well, 9 can't go into 15. So we know this one's out. Doesn't make any sense. 12 doesn't go into 15. So these were automatically out. So B would have been your answer if you were just looking at the answer choices. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Like, always look at your answer choices and get rid of the ridiculous ones. Okay, try to see it. Like, try if you can see it, like this, like 9, this don't go into none of these. So if that makes sense, okay. All right, so let's look at number 2. What is the approximate circumference? Okay, my geometry people, of a circle with a radius of 3 centimeters. This word right here. Ooh, D-Rock said multiply by pi. Okay, so circumference. Can somebody tell me what the circumference formula is? What is the circumference formula? Somebody said 9.42. Okay. Okay. It's C, B. Okay, so the circumference formula is C equals 2 pi r. Okay, 2 pi r. And then 2, and then pi, you guys are telling me in the chat, is 3.14. Perfect. R stands for the radius, which they said here, the radius is 3. So we're going to plug this in for 3. So we're going to do 2 times 3.14 times 3. And so 6 times 3.14. Well, actually, you would stop here and put this all on the calculator, okay? Because why take time to write that, right? So 6 times 3.14, and that's going to give us 18.84. But remember, it says approximate. It's B. Perfect. Yes. What is 18.84 closest to? Well, it's 19. It's closest to 18 is closest to 19. So that would be our answer. Yep, we rounded up. Perfect. Yes, it's okay. Get it wrong on here. Then when you go to the test, get it perfect. So make the mistakes now, learn from them, and then ace that test. So good. What's the 3.14? The 3.14 represents this symbol right here. And this symbol is called pi. And so this is not the whole entire number. Pi goes on forever and ever and ever and ever. But we use 3.14 for pi. Great question, okay? Okay, good. Well, the TEAS test reminds me of middle school all the way up to high school. So it, like adding fractions, I think this is in 6th and 7th grade. Circumference, we for sure do this in geometry. I think you do it in 8th grade math as well. So it's really all over the place. Oh, somebody says 7th. So yeah, yep, found everywhere. Okay, of course, another dreadful words problems, right? Whew. Okay, but don't get overwhelmed. We're just going to take it slow. So Donald earns 8% of the selling price of each house he sells. If he sells a house for $152,000, how much does he earn? Oh, thank you for the rose. Oh, see, somebody said it's a 4th grade. They're adding and subtracting fractions. See? Oh, I'm struggling to teach him. You know who's really good at teaching parents about fractions? It's Smart Teacher Guy. Man, the way he breaks it down and the manipulatives he uses, like I learned so much from him. None of my kids have made it that high yet, so I'm just a kindergartner. So hopefully if you can find him, he really helps. A. Good. So 8 is 25% of 32. So we would change this percent. I would divide. So I'm going to change this percent to a decimal. So if I want a percent to go to a decimal, I would divide by 100. Okay. This is the way I see it. So I would do 8 divided by 100. Okay. And I would get 0.08. So I would take this 0.08 and I would, what do you guys say? What do you guys say? Are we adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing by this number? Oh, the teacher that breaks down fractions, smart teacher guy. I believe his name. Dividing, multiply. Yes, we would multiply 152.00. So you have to multiply the decimal by the amount that he would sell the house for. So 152.000 times 0.08. And we would get, how much does he earn? He would earn $12,160. So if you said A, you were right on. Oh, thank you, Mesh. Thank you. Oh, Mish Black, thank you. Hey, happy, it's Black History Month. So happy Black History Month, you guys. Happy Black History. In my classes, every day they're going to learn about an African American that contributed to the US. And so today we did, what did we do today? We did Ruby Bridges. That's who we did today in class. And then yesterday, oh, thank you for the rose. We did why we even celebrate, like what president passed, because it used to be a week and then it went to a whole month. So we're learning about that. Thank you. Hey, More Math Fun is in the house. That's another great teacher. Middle school, breaks down middle school. Fabulous. I mean, all math, fabulous. But if I'm not online, she's online, and you can go follow her. So More Math, type it in. Hey, follow her, you guys, especially my middle school people and Hessie T's. You guys, she's on it. All right, so let's look at this one. Ooh, this looks overwhelming, right? And this how it was. I hope I finished it. This is exactly what it looked like. So this mileage chart shows the distance in miles between certain New York cities. How much farther is it from Buffalo to Flushing than from Buffalo to Syracuse? What do you guys say? Oh, sorry. Somebody said the handwriting. I know I started to get a little lazy on this. I was like, can this problem ever end? C, wild guess. Exactly. Jay, I'm so glad you said that. If this is number 2 on my test, I'm flagging it for later and then I'm going on. I am not going to waste all my time at the beginning of my test on this problem. I would flag it and move on and look for easier problems. So Kelly said, that's another test strategy, you guys, okay? 25% of what number is 8? Oh, you're asking a question? Okay, Basher said 32. Okay. Oh, good. Thank you for helping. Okay. So the mileage chart shows the distance in miles between certain New York cities. How much further is it from Buffalo? So we're looking at Buffalo to Flushing. So from Buffalo to Flushing. I don't know if I finished writing this, you guys, because I see like one right here, but then I don't see nothing right here. So let's do this. Let's find our totals. Am I looking at this right? See? So the mileage chart shows the distance in miles between the certain cities. So from Alba, so are we looking at this as Alba from Buffalo is 284. From Flushing, I think that's how we're looking at it. Okay, so they said from Buffalo to Flushing. So from Buffalo, which is 284, to Flushing, how many miles would this be? You guys, I'm not going to send you off. Exactly. I'm looking at this chart like, okay, is the totals here? Is it here? Do we add down here? Did I miss? Did I not draw it all? So I'm not going to confuse you, and we going to skip this because I'm not sure if I finished writing the problem because I just added this. So, let's go on. Oh, Syracuse? I live in Syracuse? Okay, because Rochester, I've never even heard of this, Flushing. But Syracuse, I've heard of the football team. Thank you, us, for the rose. And that is it, you guys. I couldn't get any more tease tests. I was trying to write these out, but that is all I have for tease tests. I got to find some more tease tests and keep on going. All right. Thank you, us, for the roses. Somebody's in Rochester. Oh, New York, Flushing in the house. Oh, you're close to it? I love it. Okay, so I'm going to prep to do more for teas because I've been getting a lot of teas requests. So I'm going to go get off right now. I'm going to feed my babies. And then if I have the strength or energy, I feel like I have a lot of energy right now. I'll probably jump on later tonight and I'm going to do some middle school math, okay? All right, and it'll probably be around, I want to say 8:30 Central Time. Okay. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for all the gifts and the shares. And you guys are amazing. And happy Black History Month. Bye, you guys.